I told you we listened to WEVD on the radio all the time. My mother heard that there was tuberculosis in the city all over the place, and she had to bring her children to the country not to get tuberculosis. That was the whole big thing for her. We had to get out and breathe fresh air. So she went up and down looking for a place where she could take her children. She went to visit a friend she knew in the country, and she stayed with her friend. And she went up and down the streets, and she saw a beautiful little farm. It was so pretty, and it had 7 cows. It had two horses. It had a beautiful little barn, and it had a nice, lovely hay field, and just a pretty little house, and a stream. And so she went up to the owner, and the owner was Ukrainian Christian. And what it was, you know, the Depression, and somebody lost his house, and this guy picked it up cheap, and he made a beautiful home of it. I think that's what happened. That's what happened in the Depression anyway. So she went up to him and she said, I would like to bring my family here this summer. He said, do you have a spare room upstairs? We don't need much. And he said, in Ukrainian, she spoke to him in Yiddish, and then she realized he wasn't hearing her. She spoke in Ukrainian. He said to her, Jew, get off my land. And she said to him, I thought you were a gentleman. She said, I'll tell you what I'll do. She said, try me out. I'll give you $50 right now. And you ask your wife if she would take us in. And I'll bring my nice children. And if you don't like them and you don't like us, you can keep the $50. Well, he was so astonished. He called Mary. Mike was his name, Mike Juergens. And his wife was Mary, and they had 6 blonde boys. A farmer couldn't ask for more. And my mother made the deal with her, and they were so taken with her bravery that, and my mother said to Mary, I can help you around the house also, I'm not shy. She went out there, and right away she said, I could sell your eggs for you. I can make a nice business. I'll put a little store up in front of the farm. And yeah. And then when blueberry season came, we all went and picked blueberries, and they sold blueberries and little, and then to support us, what did Mama do? She went to the butcher shop, and she went to the grocery stores, and she said, I'd like to take orders. She went to all the grocery stores, and then she went to the butcher shop, and she said, if I take orders from the people who don't have cars, and would you, if I get you enough orders, would you drive me back? And he said, yeah, I would do that. So she went up and down the roads, and she became the shopper for other women in Cottage lanes. And she earned her money. She walked up and down the roads buying everything, carrying big, big sacks, 2 big, big sacks. And when she filled the 2 big, big sacks, she went to the butcher and gave the order, and they drove her back. And so she had money for all of us, all the summertime. And then Mike saw it was a good business, so he started building little cabins that were cachalines. And then they worked the natural pool, they worked into a swimming pool that they made for the summer guests. And when my mother died, I went up to Mike and I told him she had died, and he said, oy vey, He spoke perfect Yiddish.